1, 2, 3. Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3.
Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Did you turn the music off or no?
No, let me turn it off. Yeah, our voices should come up. So this might be just a little delay.
Let me get off the Wi-Fi though too. Check, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, baby. Let me close out of it. Reopen it.
1, 2, 3. Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, guys. All right, we're gonna get this show started now. Welcome back to another episode. Oh, hold on, guys. Stupid.
That clap scared the camera. Oh, there you go.
All right, stupid cable. All right, let's see. All right, let's. Oh, it's gonna be this right here. Sorry, guys. A little technical difficulties, of course. As soon as we get started. Try something else. Hold on, let me put the music real quick. We'll fix this and we'll be okay. Yeah, there we go. Now I feel sorry about that, guys. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty starting the show, of course, right? We're not on for a while. We get started, things go bad again. The music is off. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. You can close it now. That's all. I need a little bit of fresh air.
All right. All right.
It's a little warm for me. I run hot. Sorry about that. Anyways, welcome back to But It's More Crypto. I'm your host, John, and I'm here with my co-host, Crypto Papi. Say hello to the people.
What up, people?
We are back. We were in a hiatus. Crypto Papi wasn't feeling well. He's barely recovering, so please pray for him to recover 100% by this weekend, because we got to celebrate our friend's birthday, and then we got the Super Bowl too, right?
True.
But anyways, enough of that. So we're back doing technical analysis. We're gonna touch on a previous technical analysis we did on coins. I'll go through it real quick so you guys know what you're in for. It's gonna be NCT, POLYX, Blast Token, SD, Stater Labs. No, Stater. I don't remember exactly the name, but it's SD. Songbird, SGB, ALGO, Algorand. You got DOGE, Dogecoin, JASMY, or before we were calling it JASMY, but it's JASMY. Link, Chainlink, RAN. We got SEC, which is Ccash, Dash token, XRP, POLYX, which is Polymesh, used to be Polymath, Compound, EOS, and we stayed in the last ones, the best for last, AMP and ANVL. But also, as we're doing the show, we're just going to go right through them. We won't be looking at the live chat until the end of the show. So if you have any questions about anything, we could go back and look at the charts after that. We're just short, very short on time. So that's why we just want to get through the whole thing, back to back to back to back. And at the end, if you have any questions, we're going to look at the live chat and we'll answer your questions. So anyways, all right. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Papi, and we'll be doing technical analysis on NCT Polyswarm. All right, Crypto Papi, go ahead, do your thing.
I want to cough.
He's a little sick.
Yeah, I'm just getting over a cold. We have Polyswarm paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame, data coming from Coinbase. So we could zoom out here a little bit to take a better look. You could see, when was this? This was January 6, 2025, so just about a month ago. You could see we made a nice parabolic run. We wicked up all the way up here, sort of to no man's land, but between the 618 movements, the 1 and the 2, before getting rejected back down. And you could see when we did get rejected back down, we have our overhead trend line, which was from May 9th, 2022, second touch point, June 13th, 2022, and it's extended out to the right. And you can see we've stayed below it for multiple years before coming up to retest it, rejected off of it, broke back above it, rejected down, stayed below it for quite some time, created a new Fibonacci, started to move up to the upside, finally broke above it, thought we were never going to come back to it before we get rejected, close above it, but pretty much come right back below it. I mean, those are both technically closes above it, but close and to open above the trend line, but we just melted right back below it. You could see when we rejected to it, we came down and wicked down to the 0.78 Fibonacci level, and we're just currently on a downtrend here, finally finding some support at current price at about 3 cents. So NCT looks good. Obviously not from being rejected to the upside, but it looks like it steadily wants to move up to the upside. You could see here our first movement to the upside came back down. It took some time. We started to curve up to the upside, pumped up all the way up to the moon to about 11 cents before coming back down to about 3 cents. So let's see what the market has in play. Currently, we're creating a higher low than our previous lows. So everything for NCT looks good. Let's see if the momentum can continue.
And we should mention too, if you guys you don't keep up with the news, just crypto news, but I'm sure you heard about it if you did, if you were on crypto news too. The market crash. Well, I guess this will be considered this is a good dump. This will be considered a dump. So, because Trump announced tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China. So the entire, just not just the crypto market, even the stock market and everything, they started dumpings on the bad news. So, if you have some cash available still, it's not financial advice, but this is a good time to bring your dollar cost average. If you hold any of these coins that we're going to keep talking about, this is not a bad time to dollar cost average, or if you don't have any money, do not sell. Do not dump your coins right now. This is the worst time you could start dumping your coins. So not financial advice, but nonetheless. All right. So we move on to the next one. The next one we got is going to be Blast token. Blast token. I'll wait for Crypto Papi to set up real quick.
Oh yeah, I need to find it. This one's Blast. No Bitcoin Cash. Where's Blast at? All right, here we
got
are.
it. Okay.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we are doing live technical analysis on Blast. I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right. So Blast hasn't been doing too well since we were looking into it. You could see here it's just melting to the downside, But Blast paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame, data is coming from Coinbase. We had our overall Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, which is swing high June 24th, 2024, excuse me, till looks like swing low roughly November 4th, 2024, and it's extended out, and you could see here our Fibonacci, we're going to have to redraw that, even though I'm hesitant right now because there's a lot of price action here. I want to see if we wick up and start moving to the upside. Then we have our overhead trend line, which is drawn from, if I could line it up, July 22nd, 2024. Second touch point is here on the green wick, December 2nd, 2024, and that's just extended out to the right. We have our trend line to the downside, or the bottom trend line, I should say. First touch point, August 5th, 2024. Second touch point, September 2nd, 2024, and extended out to the right. You could see here the top has been acting as resistance, bottom has been acting as support for the most part, and we've melted through that bottom support. We've melted through that zero on the Fibonacci, which would be our swing low, and we're currently in no man's land. So Blast isn't looking too good currently, but this is the type of thing you see, start to crash to the downside, no man's land, before making a big movement to the upside. So Blast, like how John was saying, would be a good time to dollar cost average, which is not financial advice. But when you're breaking lows like you are now, this is when you want to be buying in the market. So Blast isn't looking too hot right now at 0.00420. But again, the market could turn. We could get back up to the 618 at about 2 cents. So just be patient if you hold Blast. Be a good point to dollar cost average if you're able and capable of and still believe in the coin, because hopefully the bull run continues. Bitcoin gets back on its high horse. Ethereum starts moving, and I'm sure Blast would follow.
Can you do a little measuring just to the 0.236, just to see how much of, if you start dollar cost averaging right now, let's say it gets back to the 0.236 fairly quick after Bitcoin makes its move back up. Look at that.
Yeah, so roughly from current price to the 236 would be 202% movement to the upside. So yeah, that would be a great time to potentially, double your token holdings down here at current price, or, add 25% overall holdings. For that to do 202%,
yeah,
you'd be in the green.
There we go, guys. All right, that was that for, oh man, really?
Uh-oh.
Stupid camera. I'm gonna probably have to go without the camera. It's being dumb. Sorry, guys. There we go.
Oh, look at him back there. Yeah.
All right. Oh, I can't touch it. All right. Anyways, that was that for Blast token. It's been going down a lot. I mean, that's what you would consider a dump. But right. Either way, remember, you got to keep market conditions in place. I know we have this dump because of Trump's tariffs, but now if you keep watching the news, he's already working out those tariffs with those countries. So I'm sure we're gonna get back to business fairly soon. So once that happens, we're still considering a bull market. I mean, if that's nothing compared to what we've been through the last 3 years, guys. So trust me, okay? Anyways, all right, that was that for Blast token. Now do SD Stater, Stater Labs. That's what it's called, I think. Yeah, Stater SD. I know you should have that on there. All right, guys. Next technical analysis is gonna be on SD Stater Labs, and we'll see where it's at from now on. Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi.
So we have Stater.
Stater. That's
Stater.
Yeah, Stater.
Stater
Labs
paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame. Data is coming from Coinbase. Man, these tokens you have me looking into. So you could see here too, last time we did some analysis, it looks like it's pulled down from there, just like the rest of the market. But what my eyes are catching here, since I have the, for current price, I have the dotted line on. You could see here we're touching this first candle from July 29th, 2024, when it was listed on Coinbase. We're touching the top of that candle, retesting it as support before hopefully rocketing up to the upside. Because you could see here we pulled down, and as you can see my dotted line on the cursor, You could see we've retested it as support and we've just got bought back up, and we're currently above our initial candle when it was listed on Coinbase. So hopefully it continues to the upside, but you could see we've had a lot of chop to the upside, which would be probably a lot of volume or a lot of percentage gains and losses. If we're looking at the top of this candle from November 4th, 2024, and we go up to the candle wick the very next week, which is November 11th, 2024, you could see just that movement in a 1 week time frame to the upside was 63%. So this is a huge price volatility and huge price action movement on this specific token for multiple weeks. Let's see, from the first one all the way, let's go to here till we melted through it, was 12 bars. So that's 3 months worth of trading. So 3 months within that 60 to probably 80% price action movement, which is beautiful volatility. But you could see here we fell out of there. We're retesting our initial candle as support, and hopefully we continue to the upside, get back above the bottom of all these candle bodies and wicks, which is at 93 cents. Get back above that, possibly retest our overhead trend line, which is at about roughly, if we were to move there from the current candle to move there to the top of the trend line now, would be $1.25. But realistically, we're going to pump up, possibly get rejected, pump back up, and probably get either rejected or flip the resistance and trendline resistance as support to the upside when we do get to these levels.
How much of a percentage is from there?
Let's see, from roughly current price to the bottom horizontal ray would be about 29%. To the second horizontal ray at about $1.13 would roughly be 55%. And not much more to the trend line, about 59 to 60% to the actual trend line. So not like the last token we looked at with upside potential, but still has a lot of upside potential. If you were buying in throughout this chop here, this is an excellent buying opportunity. So that's it for SD paired with the US dollar.
A lot of downside, and I'm glad that we're doing this right now so you guys could see how these predictions come about, because last video took a long time. I think we did Swift coin and people were like, oh, it's at 3 cents already. I was like, I know we did this this is live stream a while back, so yes, our bullish prediction came through. So now just saying, that's how we're doing it right now. So it's going to be perfect timing, so when the market does recover, you see how technical analysis helps you see a potential price movement. All right.
Sure.
Next one on the list, we're going to have SGB, Songbird.
All right. That one's down here too. Give me just a second.
Let me let Crypto Papi get set up. Let me do a little live stream check just in case. So we'll make sure we're doing good.
All right. I've got it.
Okay. Let me just do this live stream check real quick just to make sure we are sounding good, looking good, and everybody's having a good time. Let's see. Okay, we are looking good and sounding good. All right, guys, we're gonna be doing live technical analysis on SGB Songbird, and I'll hand it over to Crypto Papi right now.
All right, we have SGB paired with the US dollar. We're on the weekly time frame. Data is coming in from Kraken. So since we're so far from the trend line, we're not going to go over the trend line. We're going to zoom into current price and see how we're looking. So a slight double top here. I know we didn't quite reach it with these wicks here, but slight double top action going on. And it looks like we're holding slightly higher lows than the previous lows before we pumped up to the upside. So we have our lows, we have a movement to the upside here. We came back down, we created higher lows than the previous lows when we pumped. Now we're currently just barely above our prior lows before we pumped, which was from the prior lows roughly to the top of the wick here, the top of the red wick, was 231%. So beautiful movement for SGB. To the upside took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks to the exact top side of the wick. So a beautiful 230% movement in about a 6-week time frame. But you could see here, of course, we don't go up forever. 230% movements don't continue forever. And you can see here we retraced pretty much 100% of that 230% movement. So we're down here hoping to find support and continue to the upside. But that candle is barely hanging on. The weekly candle is barely hanging on here. You could see here we're barely hanging on to a green candle, but we still have 5 days and 6 hours left. We could still continue to wick to the downside, but hopefully close towards the upside of the candle body wick and start getting some bullish movement back into the market. So SGB, before we get too ahead of ourselves, we would want to reclaim the 0.01696 level before we could really expect a lot of bullish movement. And like I just measured from the swing low to the top of the wick, 230% movement, I would say that's a 200% movement from current price to the white horizontal ray, 181% movement to the upside. So that would be a huge movement. But if we don't start breaking above the horizontal ray at a 0.01696 level, if we don't start breaking above that, then I would fear that we're just range bound, because we've been below this level since November 7th, 2022, with no candle bodies closing above the white horizontal ray. So SGB, I don't know how it looks. It doesn't really look too great, doesn't look too bad. With there being upside potential of 200%, 181%, before we could potentially break out of this huge level of resistance and start going after our horizontal ray, I mean, that would make me feel that there's a ton of upside potential. But if we zoom out, right, let's adjust the chart. If we zoom out and just look at this, I can make it a little bit bigger. Just look at this. We're close to the downside here. So what happens if we lose these levels, right? What happens if we lose these levels? We're going to go into price discovery mode to the downside.
Oh boy.
So little nervous for SGB, but again, when it's been up so high and all it's done is fallen and fallen and fallen, and slight recovery, continue to the downside, slight recovery, continue to the downside. When this coin breaks out, it's going to break out hard. But are we going to fall another 100, 200% before we make that movement? Well, I guess we can't fall 100%. Are we going to fall another 60, 70, 80% before putting that movement in is the real question.
Yeah, so I mean, if you've been holding, and like we said, this might be let me hold on. So yeah, if you've been holding this coin, just hold tight. Maybe wait and see if you're gonna want to DCA. Give it maybe another week. See how that's looking, and have financial advice. Hold. That's it. That's all we could do right now. Just
hold strong.
Hold strong. All right. Huddle. All right. Beautiful. Next on the list, we got ALGO. ALGO. We're waiting for Crypto Papi to pull it up.
We got it.
We got it bottom. Ready. Perfect. Ready to go. All right. Next, guys, we have ALGO. We'll be doing technical analysis on that, and I'll be handing it over to Crypto Papi now.
All right, so we have ALGO paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame. Data's coming in from Coinbase. So you could see here we have our Fibonacci from swing high, which was November 15th, 2021. And our swing low is roughly somewhere in this area here, about August 2023. And you could see here how our Fibonacci has played out. We've come up to the upside. We've bounced around. We have a horizontal ray here because we have a lot of price action from the past. So we had a lot of support and resistance here before continuing to the downside. The 236 level of the Fibonacci, slight support. Tried to make a move from there before dumping back below it, retesting it as resistance, getting slapped down, going sideways to the downside, slight movement to the upside, continuing to the downside before we made a little run up to the upside, and it currently looks like we're getting rejected from there. So we could zoom in to current price action. You could see here we did make a movement off the bottom of the Fibonacci. Nice movement to the upside. Let's get our measuring tool here. To the top of the wick here, the top of the green wick was 500% movement.
Wow.
And that took 5 bars. So that took 1 month and 1 week to attain a 500% movement to the upside.
That's crazy.
And you could see we chopped around for about 2 months before getting rejected. And now it looks like we're currently possibly going to come back down to retest the bottom of the Fibonacci, but hopefully we're plugging in and retesting these levels as support, because you could see here when I'm moving my cursor from the bottom of the wick here that we had throughout this week, you could see those levels that we're retesting as support right here and right here. So hopefully we're getting bought back up and we're going to continue to the upside. ALGO looks good. ALGO has a lot of potential to move. ALGO has had a huge all-time high.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Let's see when it was listed on Coinbase there, of about $3.28 roughly, give or take about a penny. And then you could see here we've just been going straight to the downside. A huge movement to the downside. People buying up here just got completely wrecked and heartbroken, but hopefully they've had a lot of USD to dollar cost average throughout these lows. So hopefully ALGO, along with the rest of the market, starts to turn and continue to the upside, because if it starts to come back down to the downside, we're completely throwing away that 500% movement to the upside. We're going to retrace it possibly 100% if we come and retest our Fibonacci to the downside. So that's it for ALGO. Hopefully we could continue back up to the upside, and we're going to create a higher low. But again, Bitcoin and Ethereum need to start doing their thing.
Can you just tell us real quick how much would it be from to the right now's price to that 0.236?
All right, from current price, roughly current price up to the 236. Trying to line that baby up. Be about 149%.
Okay.
So nothing compared to this movement over the past 6 weeks. So hopefully we could get this movement, in the next couple of weeks, as long as the market conditions come back to bullish bias.
Awesome. All right, guys, that was Algorand. It's looking good compared to what we've seen so far.
It's holding up good.
It's holding up good. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, so we're still in a bull market so far, and I think now with Trump working out the tariffs with all these countries, and the market seeing that it's gonna, there's potential to be settled soon. I think we're gonna get back to business, and things are gonna keep moving forward. All right. So next one on the list, let's do. You know what? Instead of Dogecoin, let's do Shiba.
Oh, do I have Shiba anymore?
Maybe not. Maybe.
Let me think. Oh, no, I do. Wow.
Okay. All right. So, all right, guys. We're going to be doing technical analysis on Shiba Inu. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right. As you can see, it's been years, probably since late 2022, mid 2022, since I've done technical analysis on Shiba. So we have Shiba Inu paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame. Data is coming in from Coinbase. You could see here in February 2024, so about a year ago, we had a nice run up of 375% just to get rejected back down. Slight chop. We didn't reject that movement 100%, but we got pretty close. Mm-hmm. Then we started to move back up to the upside. Let me measure that out. From the roughly the bottom back up to the upside of the wick was about 157%. back up to the upside before retracing that 100%, and that occurred. That top of the wick was on December 2nd, 2024, so about 2 months ago, a little over 2 months ago, 2 months and a few days. And you could see ever since then we've just been rejected and moving to the downside. The current week is green, but I worry for how long it's going to be green, right? Because it's barely hanging on. You could see we have a huge wick to the downside on the current weekly time frame candle. So it's sort of like everything else. Are we going to continue to the upside, or are we going to are we going to make movements to the downside? Just trying to plot a trend line. First touch point is this green wick to the bottom, August 5th, 2024. Second touch point is our current weekly wick to the downside. What's that?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Yep. Then just extended to the right, just trying to give us something to guide us possibly to the downside. As support in the near future would be this purple trend line, which is acting as support currently, but again, the current weekly time frame is sitting on it to the wick to the downside. So Shiba hopefully has a nice movement to the upside, because when Shiba moves,
It moves.
it moves. It's similar to Dogecoin, even though Dogecoin has definitely been outperforming it. So from current price to the prior highs would be about 105% for Shiba. So you have nice upside potential, but people that hold Shiba aren't looking for 100% movement. They're looking to come up and re-challenge these levels here of 0.00008844. But I think people really that hold Shiba are looking for a penny. If I remember right from the 2022 time frame, that people are looking and waiting for a penny for Shiba, just like how people with Doge are looking and waiting for a dollar Doge.
Got it. Okay.
Is it realistic? Probably not. Is it going to happen? Probably at some point. But so Shiba, not too much to say. We have our trend line to the downside. There's no real point in drawing a Fibonacci. Again, because it's just, for me, it's just a meme coin. We'll have this trend line to the downside guiding us as support as long as we don't fall through it. But if we do fall through it on Shiba, look to add another zero to another zero, turn the current one into a zero if the trend line is broken through to the downside.
All right, let's see. All right, guys, that was Shiba Inu. I mean, it is a meme coin. Anything could happen with those coins. Something funny, something stupid could happen. It could dump, it could pump. There's no telling. That's why we don't really stick to those coins at all, because it's too much risk, and we're already in a risky environment with crypto, so it's just not worth the stress on that, unless you're loaded like Crypto Papi, and you could just play a little bit.
No, I won't buy Shiba.
Not anymore, but you know what I'm saying, though. All right, guys, the next one we got is going to be JASMY. That's another popular one.
All right here, right above Shiba.
All right, perfect. All right, guys. We'll be doing live technical analysis on JASMY. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right, so we have JASMY, which I would argue that it's JASMY, paired with the US dollar weekly time frame data is coming from Coinbase. So you could see JASMY did have a beautiful run up to the upside. We had our overhead trend lines guiding us, and I really did think we were going to just come down, bounce off the red box of support, and come back and retest this trend line. But that's not the case here. You could see we came up on December 2nd, 2024, retested that trend line to the upside, and that baby said, not today. Not today. What do we say to the goddess of death? Not today. And that thing, JASMY, came straight down. So you could see from the top of the wick roughly to about 2 weeks later, when we finally cooled down, was about a 45 45% movement to the downside in about a 2-week time frame. We did come back up to retest our red box of resistance, right? We came back below it, so it's not support anymore. It really did not act as support. You could see we melted just, I guess we did come back down, retest it. We were bought back up, but the very next week we came straight through it. For 3 weeks, we retested it each week, the top of the red box before melting down. We came up and tried to retest the bottom of the red box, didn't quite make it before continuing to the downside. So we are making higher lows compared to our previous lows. That's a bullish sign on its own. But again, we've already wicked pretty low to really say that we're creating higher lows. But again, as long as the candle bodies are closing above previous low candle bodies, then we are creating higher lows. Hopefully we do that and we start to come back above the red box of resistance and get candle bodies to close above it, right? We want to see this, the wicks to the downside retesting the box and the candle bodies closing above the box. So JASMY, I don't know, just like one of the other coins, I don't know where it's going to go because we're sort of in no man's land. We're not coming back up to the red box of resistance. We're not very close to the trend line anymore, overhead trend line. We have our red horizontal ray acting as support. But again, if we lose the blue, not red, if we lose the blue horizontal ray, we're coming back to some lows that we haven't seen in quite some time, which is below a penny for JASMY. And we're currently at a little over 2 pennies right now, not quite 2.5. So if we break this blue box of support or horizontal ray, we're coming back down to being back under a penny for JASMY. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we're creating some higher lows and we're going to continue back up to the upside. Roughly from current price to our red box of resistance would be about 60 to 70%, depending on where we land in the box. From roughly current price to our overhead trend line as resistance is 181%. So beautiful movement to the upside, great movement to the upside, little risky movement to the downside. Whoops, clicked it too early. Because from current price roughly to breaking below our blue horizontal ray would be about 27%. Then if we lose that level, coming back down to under a penny would be about downside of about 68%. So a lot of downside movement for JASMY, a lot of upside movement for JASMY. It just comes down to, do you hold the token? Do you have some available USDC or USDC? Are you still a believer in the token and what they're building and what they're doing? Those are questions you need to ask yourself when it comes to JASMY.
All right, guys. That was God damn it, dude, really?
Excuse you shouldn't be cussing.
Excuse me,
on
sorry
the
about that, guys. Yeah, I'm just get a little frustrated with this. I'm gonna have to throw this goddamn camera away. Let's go. I need a new cable. Come on, buddy. Don't do me like that. I have to run an audible right now because this is not cool. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. Okay. Anyways, that was JASMY or JASMY, however you want to say it. There's a lot of potential for the downside, a lot of potential for the upside. Safest bet to do, just hold strong if you don't have any more money. If you have a little bit of more money, play it safe. Don't just dump it all. Not financial advice. Don't just dump it all to buy the dip because it could dip a little more.
Excuse me.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah. So let's say you buy a little bit of dip and it goes up. All right, fine. You didn't lose anything. You made money. Goes down a little bit, then you could bring down your dollar cost average. Anyway, that was that for JASMY. The next one we got on the list is gonna be Link. Chainlink.
Oh, Chainlink. Beautiful.
Yeah, let's wait a little bit. Let's see.
All right. No,
Ready?
that's one of my, that's up here on my list.
Okay. You got
All
it?
right. Yes,
All right.
sir.
All right, we'll be doing technical analysis on Chainlink. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Papi. Go ahead.
All right. We have Chainlink paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame. Data's coming in from Coinbase. We have our overall Fibonacci drawn swing high, which is May 10th, 2021, excuse me. Swing low looks like June 5th, 2023. You could see here we've just bounced through it. I have the red box here for a wick that needs to be filled, as well as here. Even though that wick has technically already been filled, I could delete that, but I'm not going to right now because it looks like I could move it from here to these wicks here that are going to need to be filled in the very near future. So you can see we've bounced around through our overall big Fibonacci. We went years of consolidating, going sideways before moving back up to the 236 fib, taking a while to break above it, finally break above it, and of course, what do? Come back below it. But then we come back above it for about 2 weeks before melting back down to the downside. Consolidation, we made some higher lows from our previous lows, and we moved to the upside, which that was roughly from the low to the wick high was about 202%. Sorry, I clicked out of that awfully fast. Before getting rejected back down, which happened to line up with our red box that needed to be filled with the wick. I know these are usually my red boxes of support / resistance, but with Chainlink it's not. The current week, let's zoom in and take a look at it. So the current week is already looking good, and hopefully Chainlink is going to be one of the coins leading the market, because we came back down on Chainlink. We retested the 236 fib level before getting instantly bought back up. So it looks like that's a beautiful movement with Chainlink. That's exactly what you want to see, is coming down to fib level, getting bought back up instantly. But now let's carry that momentum, and let's see this weekly time frame close above this about month and a half of chop, right? Month and a half of chop. So let's come up and close probably in our red box, if not above our two previous high candles, which are at candle body tops are about $29.20. So sure, that would be about a $9 movement, would be a huge movement to the upside from current price with Chainlink to get above here, which would be about, I gotta line it, can't line it up, about 41%. So a big movement to the upside, but if any token can do it, is Chainlink. Has a huge following. A lot of money flows in and out of Chainlink on a regular basis. It's obviously on Coinbase. People love Chainlink. So let's see if Chainlink can lead the example, lead the market, and put in its next leg higher.
Man, it has a lot of good movement, huh?
Yeah, not too much to say about Chainlink because it's bounced off of its Fibonacci level. Hopefully it could hold that for the next 5 days and just continue higher.
So Chainlink's looking good. Just hold. That's all you could do now. That's all we're doing. We're not taking any risks right now, especially in this no man's land, like Crypto Papi says. Nobody really knows what's going on, and we don't know until things start moving.
True.
But anyways, that was that for Chainlink. On the next one, we have we're gonna do a Swift coin, SWFT coin.
Swift. Was that a new one?
We hit it. I think we did it last week. I mean, the last.
Oh
one.
Yeah, it's down here.
Yeah, so that one.
Swift.
Yeah. So
Oh my goodness.
That's the one that moved like crazy when people were complaining that, oh, you don't have not showing the 3 cents. I know, because this is an older video, but we did predict that it was gonna go to the upside. So
right.
Chill, bro.
Wow.
Chill.
It went up. Forget 3 cents. It went up to almost 5 cents.
Oh, you see it? We're behind. We're even way more behind now. All right.
Exactly.
Anyways, we will be doing live technical analysis on Swift coin, SWFT coin. I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right, we have Swift coin paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame data coming from Coinbase. All right, so you could see here, let's zoom in. You could see we had our overhead trend line drawn from March 4th, excuse me, 2024 Second touch point right here, June 3rd, 2024, and we just extended it out to the right. So we stayed below the trend line up until November 25th, 2024, where we retested the trend line. We were rejected down. Then the very next week, December 2nd, 2024, we rocketed through the trend line before getting pulled back down to the trend line, just about to retest it as support. And it said, no, we're not going to quite make it there. And it looks like here, it does look like we did cover this right here. Because I have a blue horizontal
we did
ray.
cover it.
I meant before it broke out of this level.
Oh, yeah, we did. We covered it before it broke out.
Wow, so it looks like here we had a blue horizontal ray plotted just because there was some sideways chop. And it looks like I was probably looking here from March 25th and April 1st, 2024, and just plotted it horizontal ray to the right just because we had some chop. And you can see here, we tried to retest the trend line. We had some support here before Swift coin rocketed to the upside. Oh, let's go all the way to the top of the wick.
This is nice to see.
Which is true. Which was 0.046967 on Coinbase, that is. And it looks like we've rejected slightly, right, from the very top. So from the top of the wick to current price is roughly down 31% from all-time highs. So it's not the end of the world. We're currently getting bought back up. And if we start to turn and this coin gets back up to the upside, I mean, if it went from under a penny, right, 0.0069 to, what was it? Almost 5 cents? Yep. Jesus Christ.
Pull that ruler out.
Here, I'm not even going to get the ruler. We could just do a trend line. I could get the trend line from the swing high, and we'll come back to point of breakout, which is here. And I've got to get rid of to the right real quick. It was in here. Extend to the right because I just want what I drew. So just in that movement, right, of what I drew, we have our trend line. Oh, and I didn't make it straight. God damn it. Let's see. There we go. Now let's move that baby. So from current price to potentially where we could go if we're going to make that same movement, since people wanted to say that 3 cents, we didn't cover 3 cents. So if Swift token keeps pumping, keeps moving to the upside, this buy up continues and we start flipping and creating all-time highs again, I would say the movement for Swift would be, the price for Swift would go to about 0.072515.
Oh my goodness.
So that would be a nice movement for Swift. We could measure it roughly from current price to that level of about a little over 7 cents. Man, that's only 122% gains. Because if it breaks all-time highs, it's going to go crazy.
How about from that blue ray horizontal line? See how much it was.
Oh, from the blue horizontal ray?
Yeah, to that top. How much did it go from the other right there?
Blue horizontal ray to the top, 587%. So a beautiful movement for Swift token. Hopefully it continues to the upside and keeps creating new all-time highs. So that's all we have for Swift.
Oh my goodness. You see, guys, we're covering it now. So we made that call. If it does keep breaking all-time highs, there's potential for it to go to 0.07 cents. And who knows, it might even go further out than that. Because last time we were predicted it, we're saying, it's going to go to 1 cent. And then it went through 3 cents. So,
True.
It could be. But also what we do like to do here, we would like to be conservative just to keep things realistic. Because when people start getting crazy with the numbers, then that just, that basically takes away from our, people from believing us and trusting our technical analysis. So we don't want to get crazy with this price predictions, quote unquote price predictions. But anyway, that was that for Swift coin. Next on the list we got RAN.
Right.
We took a little quick look at that, and Crypto Papi was not too excited about that.
Yeah, I wanted him to remove it from the list of technical analysis.
But hey, that one is very popular on YouTube still.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So people are looking for answers.
True, true.
All right, you ready?
All right, I'm ready. Let me close this French door right here so it's not too loud.
All right. Next on the list, we got Ren. We're going to be doing some technical analysis on that, and Crypto Papi is going to take over from here.
All right, let's just zoom out and look at Ren, and let me show you why I'm not a huge fan of it. Is because of this. Look how high this wick and candle bodies were. $1.41, $1.21, and all we've been doing is just continuing to the downside. We try to have some rallies to the upside, dead cat bounces, whatever you would like to call them. And then you could see here we've just been in a sideways movement to the downside since, I would say really since we broke below here, since May 9th, 2022. But realistically, when we go down for this long, over this long and extended period of time, such tight movement to the downside, that makes way, definitely like the Swift coin we just looked at, to see huge candles to the downside. Now let's look at price. Let's zoom in and get to relevant price action for Ren. So mainly why I'm not feeling it right now is because look where we're at. We're in no man's land. We're at all-time lows for Ren.
Yeah.
So, I mean, before we get into the negatives, look at it's rare you see negative on the chart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're doing technical analysis. But there's minimal downside unless they go bankrupt, with huge upside potential for Ren. But again, it's just hard to really believe in it when it's at all-time lows, even though that is the best time to buy. And like we plotted and talked about before, our trend line to the downside, right? One touch point, two touch point, three touch point. And if we potentially put in a fourth touch point, look where we're at. We're in the negatives.
Oh, boy.
Right?
We got to jump off the ship now.
No. But you get what I'm saying?
I do, yeah. It's not, the trend is definitely going negative.
It's going down and it's going crazy. But from current price, if we do move up to the upside to retest our overhead trend line, that's 282%, which is crazy. That would take us from 2 cents to just about 8 cents. So Ren, when it moves, it's going to move, right?
Yeah.
Because you could see this movement here. Yeah. You see these movements here. We just haven't put one of those in for a while. And the thing is, the next time we do that with Ren is we can't come back. We need to break above this trend line to the downside, which is acting as resistance. We need to break above it and retest it before it goes into the negatives. Got it. Before so it goes to nothing.
So basically it needs nothing but upward movement and just keep plugging in newer highs and for newer lowers, I guess, newer lows.
True. Yeah. So we just can't continue to go sideways into the downside with Ren specifically. Ren needs to pick up some steam and start moving to the upside. Like I said, it's 200 and something % movement from current price to get above this trend line. But then from the trend line, we would still need to go to the blue horizontal ray, which is another 181%, before I would say you could really take a breath of fresh air and think, oh, okay, Ren's going to continue to the upside. From current price to the overhead, let me click closer to the actual candle body real quick. So from roughly current price to the overhead trend line, 272%. From current price to the blue horizontal ray, 975%. So, and just look at that here. Can't you just imagine a couple green candles, a little rejections, right? Continuing to the upside, that wouldn't look like anything crazy. And that's almost 1,000% movement. So, excuse me, Ren has great potential, but it's just been sideways and so low for so long that, I mean, it's hard for me to even do technical analysis on Ren and everything that happened to them with FTX, with Alameda Company or whatever it's called.
Because they were bought out by Sam Bankman-Fried, and just having that bad reputation of them, bringing down the entire crypto market with them almost, and then being involved with them. To be fair to them, I think they did, trying to get away from that and completely, redid everything. So I'm sure now they're struggling because basically FTX screwed them over, right? They screw a lot of people over. So, but remember, we're still in a
I'll throw the camera on you because I'm done with the analysis.
All right, so that was that for Ren, but we're still in a bull market. We're still in a bull market sentiment. We'll see how things go. Some people say, oh, it's over, but we still got this whole year. So, hey, Bitcoin keeps plugging in new highs, and then Ethereum starts actually plugging a new high. And who knows, right? The market could just turn completely sideways and go all the way up. And, that's the thing. When people are the most, down, the most negative on the market, that's when things change. And it works also the opposite way. When people are super excited, nothing's going to stop the market, and then things change too. So,
amen.
Anyways, that was Ren. For the next one, we got a fan favorite. We love Zcash.
All right.
SEC.
All right. That's up at the top for me.
Crypto Papi's going to pull it up. We're just waiting.
All right.
All right. So we're going to be doing technical analysis on Zcash. Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi. Let's go.
All right. So we have our overall Fibonacci, and you can see here our swing high, and all we've done is melt since then. So, and that was May 21st, 2022. So we've melted for quite some time with Zcash. It looks like we were rounding out our bottom and going for a nice movement to the upside till Zcash, along with the rest of the market, was slapped down. So let's take a look at Zcash. Zoom into current price, I should say. So you could see here we did have a beautiful movement to the upside, a natural increase in price, I would say, for Zcash, until we got over the 236 fib level and we got rejected straight back down below it. We tried to pump back above it before continuing back down to the downside. Zcash is a little worrisome because, like one of the other tokens we looked at, off the top of my head, I don't remember, but we came back down to the 236. We retested it before we were moving back up to the upside.
I think it was Blast, yeah.
Blast?
Yeah, I think
with
so.
Zcash here, you could see here, we're below the 236. We're wicking down towards our zero movement, which is our swing low, and we're starting to wick up to the upside. So for Zcash, I would say if we're going to continue to the upside, we need to get the current weekly candle back above these weekly candles here from August 12th and August 19th, which was about $42. So Zcash needs to start moving back up to the upside by about $9, a little under $9. Really to have a nice green candle and some faith restored back in the market. And let's continue back up to the upside, get back above $63, and most importantly, get candle bodies closing above the Fibonacci level. And let's move to $129. $140, $160, $173. Let's move to the upside. Zcash has been below $100 since, let's see, about roughly right here, which is May 30th, 2022. So let's get Zcash back above it. Zcash is a great token, nice, great privacy token. They have their own little payment platform that's run on the Flexa network. So love Zcash, love everything they do, love everything that they've built, but I would love for the price to get back above $100 per token.
How much of a movement would it be from current price to the last high that they had?
Current price to the previous wick high, 143%.
Okay.
Current price to get back above the 236 fib level, 92%. Current price to get back above $100. Let's start aiming low now. Current price to get back above $100, 204%. But mainly when we start moving, I'm looking at $130. So 295% to $130. So a lot of upside movement for Zcash. But really, when these movements start, then we're going to start eyeing, the $200 level, $300 level, so on and so forth. Which, I mean, really, $340 level, with it being our 618 up there. But Zcash looks okay. Zcash definitely needs to start moving back up to the upside before some of the other tokens, before Zcash ends up back at the swing low for the Fibonacci level. So that's it for Zcash.
So that's it for Zcash, guys. We love Zcash, and there's it's kind of the ecosystem of the coins that we like, Dash, AMP. So, we're just waiting, like I said, still waiting on that.
Anvil, don't you forget Anvil.
Anvil, yes, Anvil. Sorry, that was the last one I forgot to mention. All right, anyway, so like I just mentioned, another one in that circle network of tokens that we like, Dash, is going to be the next technical analysis.
All right, right below Zcash.
Hey, we're doing great time today, guys. Great time.
True. Oh my gosh. Put it on the camera. Let me see this. Wow, Dash does not look good zoomed out. But it does show that there's huge upside potential for Dash.
Yep.
But again, it's tokens that Dash and Zcash specifically are so undervalued for everything they do, how long they've been around the market, and all of their, when you look at the tokens in the market, on the market, and the tokens that their circulating supply, their cap that'll ever exist, these tokens should be valued so freaking high. It's crazy. And Dash right now is at $26.24. Insane.
Yep.
Insane. So let's zoom in and take a look at Dash here. Adjust the charts a little bit. And you could see here we did make a nice movement about 2 months ago or so. Yeah, December 2nd, 2024. So a little over 2 months, 2 months and a couple days, which did challenge our high from February 13th, 2023. So we did have a good movement, which that same movement in December 2nd, 2024 did wick above our trend line, which is acting as a resistance. First touch point, November 7th, 2022. Second touch point, May 8th, 2023, and we had it extended out. And you can see we broke above that about 2 months ago before getting rejected. Came back down to our 236 level, bounced off of that slightly, came back to it, and we melted below it. And just like we were saying with Zcash, we can't go too much lower before we're going to have to create a new swing low for our Fibonacci level. So Dash, just like Zcash, we need to get back on that high horse and come back above probably to our 0.786 level, our overhead trend line, before taking a breath of fresh air. So from current price to our 236 fib level, 25%. Current price to our 618 level, 108%. Current price to the 786 and our trend line is about 150% movement to the upside. And Dash, just like Zcash, they could make that movement in about a week. Yep, you know what I mean?
It's true. When they start moving, they move.
They could make
like that last run up. How many weeks is that? That's like 5 weeks.
Yeah. Let's take a look here. I could just count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So a month and a week to make that beautiful movement to the upside. But the problem is we need to make that movement to the upside and stop getting rejected so hard, so crazy, retracing 100% of our pump within the span of 2 months. Just we grind for a month and a week, and then we dump back down to retrace 100% of that movement for the next 2 months. Crazy. We need to see that movement to the upside, and we need to have strength in this market and continue to the upside. Start making nice candle body movements to the upside, nice pattern formations to the upside. Let's see some bull flags in the market. Let's continue just stair stepping to the upside. So that's it for Dash. We have a ton of upside potential. scary downside potential if we're going to start creating some new lows for these tokens.
All right, guys, that was Dash. Some spooky hour going on, okay? But either way, like, let's, since when we're doing technical analysis, we're looking at previous price history, and I think last year, around February, March, there was a big pump. It was a big rally that happened at that time. So hopefully, once all this tariff stuff starts getting settled and the prices start going back up, hopefully we'll have another rally like that. And back then, that was still considered a bear market. So right now, we were technically in a bull market now. So hopefully that rally helps push everything up and go even higher than the most recent highs that we had so far. But anyway, that was that for Dash. Oh, another one that's been, breaking all-time records, right? XRP.
All right.
XRP. Let's see. Let's pull that up.
And go ahead. You could put me on.
Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right. We have XRP paired with the US dollar. Weekly time frame. Data is coming from Bitfinex. So you could see here that XRP, I can't really zoom in too much without losing all this. So you could see here XRP made its parabolic run months ago. We had some slight rejection, started to move back up to the upside, a little bit more rejection, wanted to make another move before finally dumping down. And looks like XRP dumped down to about $1.79, roughly, give or take a few pennies, before getting bought back up to current price at $2.65. So if you were able to buy in this dump for the past couple days, congratulations to you. That was a smart buying opportunity, even though I would be too scared buying XRP that high.
Yep.
Kudos to you if you did it, but kudos to you if you caused these wicks to the upside by your take profit orders. Congratulations, whoever that was.
Yep.
However many people that was too, because that did drive the price down greatly. So that was some strong volume.
Sell off right there.
Yeah,
right?
some strong sell volume. But again, XRP is looking good. It's holding strong. This is what I'm talking about with Zcash and Dash. We need a pump, and we need to sustain that pump. We don't want to do this big, huge, beautiful pump just to end up back down here at the trend line. So XRP, we really can't do technical analysis on it. We could look at levels to the upside just based on the overall Fibonacci. We already broke through it and were rejected from $3.24. So that would be the next level to look to get over. Once we get over that, if we start getting even more volume pumped into XRP, which I don't know how, but I believe it. People are fanboys of XRP.
They're going nuts.
They're recruiting fanboys. People are buying XRP just because it's going up so much. So the next movement would be $4.37. If we continue from there, $5.06. And then do we have more levels to the upside?
Nope.
No, that would be it for the fib levels to the upside. So great movements to the upside for XRP.
Let's give them a little measurements from current price to those levels. See how what we're
Keep
looking
those
at.
in the chart. So from roughly current price to the 2618 movement would be about a little more, be about 23% to a new all-time high for XRP. $4.37 would be about 65%. And for a crazy all-time high, one that people would be truly have been waiting for, the $5 range, is about 92%. But now these small percentages, right? Not even 100% movement to the upside. That makes me wary of where XRP truly could go if we get another movement like this. I mean, we're saying XRP to about $10, right? If it's
crazy.
92% from current price to $5, I mean, 100% movement from $5 would be $10. So where's XRP going to go? Where's XRP going to slow down? When XRP gets rejected, where's XRP going to go? When we go back into a bear market, because it's bound to happen at some point, right? Last time I checked, bull markets don't last forever. Where's XRP going to fall down to? If it makes it up to $5 a token, Is it crazy to say that XRP won't come back down to 50 cents ever again?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Right? You know what I mean? But you will tell people that buy at $5, hey, look out when we go into a bear market, probably year 2 of a bear market, XRP may come down to 50 cents. Oh, no, it'll never come back down there. XRP will never see below $1 again. And what happens? You know what I mean?
It comes back. Let's just take a quick look at this because I find this very interesting, right? So right now we got the three. This is the top, coins right now on the crypto market. Right?
Okay.
We got Bitcoin. We got the king, right? Bitcoin's right there.
The Dawn.
The Dawn is us, and right now its current price is at $1.97 trillion. Okay, that's why it's the top of the market, the best coin in the world,
Nice.
right? Second one, we got the Ethereum. It's just at $341 billion. All right, that's the whole market cap. How much money is in there completely? And then XRP is right below it, dude.
Crazy.
Above USDT, which
Yep.
is a stable coin.
Tether, yeah.
Tether, right? So, like you said, if it doubles in price, that's gonna be a $300 billion market cap. So, we cannot let XRP flip Ethereum. We cannot.
True.
You know what I mean? Because we need Ethereum to pump up even higher, and it's still pretty low. So Ethereum has to be at least 600 billion market cap to double up in price, correct?
Right, roughly.
Yeah, roughly like 700 billion market cap. So it needs to basically get to $1 trillion for us to start seeing new almost all-time highs in the market again. So I don't know what's going on now. I mean, things are changing, honestly, especially with everything that's going on with Trump. We'll see how the market go. It might be probably the next bull market signal is going to be XRP on the next run.
True. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, if things keep going the way it is, it probably is going to be the next bull market signal. But anyways, that was that for XRP. I just found that very interesting. Next, we got POLYX. Used to be known PolyMat. It's going to be PolyMesh. POLYX.
All right, that's one towards the bottom. Give me
Yeah,
a
you should have that still, I'm sure. PolyX.
All right, got it. Polymesh.
All right, perfect. All right, so we're going to be doing some live technical analysis on PolyX. PolyMesh used to be known as PolyMat. Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right, Polymesh paired with the weekly time frame. Oh my goodness. Polymesh, the weekly time frame. Data is coming from crypto.com. Man, see, and I can't even lie. It's not even fun doing technical analysis in a freaking bear market. Look at this.
You mean boom, right?
No, this is, I guess, with bearish movement, right? Because everything's just dumping to the downside. Not even fun doing technical analysis on these. So, Polymesh, you could see here we have a trend line over top, which was drawn November 29th, 2021. Second spot was March 18th, 2024. Then we have a trend line to the downside. First touch point was June 21st, 2021. Second touch point, May 9th, 2022. And both of those are just extended out to the right. And you could see here, the overhead one was acting as resistance. The bottom one was acting as slight resistance as well, slight support at times, wicked above it, came back below it, retested it, and we're currently dumping to the downside. So current price, we need to hold, which we've already broke our previous lows to the downside, and it looks like our other lows from the past two, we're currently sitting on those. We wicked to them and then pump back up slightly. But it's tough to say. Polymesh, we could potentially come up, retest that trend line again before melting to the bottom even more. But I'm just worried if these lows don't hold up here, we have to go back to the 2020s, 2019s for Polymesh price to get some levels of resistance, of support to where we're potentially going to land. So a little bit of downside for Polymesh that needs to hold before we're melting to some crazy lows. So from current price to our previous lows, this is where I'm looking at to the left here, we have about 43% to the downside. That was more than I thought it was. Okay. But if those levels don't hold, we have these levels here, and that's 92% movement to the downside. So when I say Polymesh needs to hold strong, Polymesh needs to hold strong. Polymesh needs to start moving up to the upside, getting some strong candle body closures to the upside, and just getting bullish movement into Polyswarm. So for upside potential, roughly from current price to the purple trend line is about 70%, to our green horizontal ray, which are our previous highs, 129%. But most importantly, we need to come up and retest that overhead trend line that was resistance in the past, which is about 271% away, and then our blue horizontal ray, which is 285% movement from current price to the upside. So not much analysis to do on Polymesh, just hoping it doesn't break those previous lows. We have about 45% leeway, but if that gives, we're about 92% to the downside. So things are looking tough for Polymesh, but you know, we just need some movement to the upside back in the market.
A lot of things are looking bearish right now, right? It's a scary time, but this is the time we hold, guys. Okay, we've been through this already. All right, we've been through this already. Hopefully, it doesn't keep going to the downside, and we get some up movement. We just gotta wait now. There's nothing else we could do. All right, for the next one, another one that we really like is gonna be Compound. Another good token that we like to invest in because it's capped.
All right,
and they're gonna keep making infinite coins out of that, so that's always good. A good measure to look at when you're looking to buy a new coin.
True.
Let's see.
All right.
Got it? All right. We're going to be doing some technical analysis on comp. Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right. So we have comp paired with the US dollar weekly time frame. Data is coming in from Coinbase. Comp, I put it up there with Zcash and Dash, the way I think about it, how I feel about it, blah, blah, blah. So comp did have a great movement to the upside. It did hit that trend line, which was drawn from November 9th, 2020, first touch point. Second touch point, February 21st, 2022, extended out to the right. We came up after all those years of being below it. Came up, wicked above it, thought we were going to continue possibly to our red box of a wick that needs to be filled, but nope. We rejected right below it. We closed the weekly time frame candle below it, and we were rejected to the downside, which retraced pretty much 100% of that movement, including the wick to the downside. So you could see here in about, let me find the top of the wick and then get on it. In 1 month, the 4 weekly candles bars, we did 240% movement to the upside. Then after that, when we rejected to the downside, it took, it took 8 weekly bars. So 1 month to pump up to the upside and 2 months of just rejecting and coming back down to the downside. It's a rough sight to see, a rough market to be in. Just seeing all of your unrealized gains go right back down. And I'm speaking from the soul right now with ANVL currently. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So in 1 month time frame, we pumped up to the upside. 2 months, we grinded back down to the downside to retrace 100% of that movement to the upside. And we're currently getting bought back up. But again, just like with everything else, is that going to hold, or are we going to continue to the downside? Here, we're currently at our previous lows. So if we lose these lows, we're looking into, I don't know, we're looking into lows that we've never had on the Coinbase chart. So comp needs to hold strong. Again, we need to get back into a bullish market. Nice bullish bias market too. Let's continue the price action to the upside. Let's see Ethereum get back up on its horse and really start putting in an all-time high. So with comp from current price to our white horizontal array at $92 is about $70, 70% to the upside. from current price to our other white horizontal array is 135% movement to the upside, which would put comp at $126 per token. So upside potential on comp is there. Downside potential is a bit rough, right? Because if we don't hold these lows, we don't know where we're going to go because there's not that data on Coinbase.
Gotcha.
So that's it for comp. Hopefully, just like everything else, we need to continue the bullish momentum for price to get us back where we want to be.
So that was comp, guys. Everything is looking atrocious.
True.
But that's okay. We're going to hold. We're going to keep it holding. I know Crypto Papi did mention Ethereum, right? I'll go into the back up, right? But so there's some news that Trump's World Liberty Finance, they just bought 86,000 Ethereum, which is worth $220 million for Ethereum. So
nice.
And remember, what you guys got to understand, when big players buy Ethereum or Bitcoin, they do it behind closed doors. They don't do it on market spot, because I just gonna of course they're not gonna want to raise the price on something they want to buy for cheap.
Right.
So there's a lot of movement behind the scenes that we don't know about. So you just got, like I said, we just wait it out. All right,
yes, sir.
We got the three last coins. The next one we're gonna have Crypto Papi analyze is gonna be EOS.
Oh, I was looking at that the other day just on the app.
Oh,
EOS is looking rough. It's back to 62 cents.
Oh my goodness! All right, so we're about to do technical analysis on EOS, and I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right, we've got EOS paired with the US dollar. Weekly time frame data is coming from Coinbase. So EOS, I have a huge overall Fibonacci. I've got a beautiful trend line, but since price is so low, we have to zoom in to look at current price action. So EOS, this literally looks identical to what we just looked at. EOS had that nice movement to the upside over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So a month and a week movement to the upside before getting rejected back down over the past 2 months to retrace pretty much 100% of that movement. So EOS, like everything else, we're about to come back down to our zero movement on our Fibonacci, which is our swing low. And if we do that, let's just zoom out, right? We can't zoom out far enough. We're going to lose data on Coinbase, and we're going to have to find a chart where EOS was on an exchange before Coinbase, so we could potentially find levels of support. But hopefully we don't get to that point and we start to continue to the upside, get back above the 236 fib level at $1.82 and never see these low levels again. So EOS, since we can't do much analysis on it, EOS from current price, let's rip the band-aid off. Current price to the bottom of the Fibonacci would be about 36% movement to the downside. From current price to the 236 fib level would be about 193%. So a lot of downside risk and a lot of upside reward. So if you're in EOS, if you love EOS, you believe in EOS, I would say not financial advice, but continue to dollar cost average, because we're getting close to the bottom of the Fibonacci, our zero movement, our lowest point on the charts when it comes to data coming from Coinbase. Great time to buy, great time to dollar cost average, not financial advice, with some upside potential. But what's going to happen when we make that 192% movement? Is it going to end up just like this, just like this, just like this? What's going to happen when we get there? So potentially lock in some gains with these tokens when they start to move to the upside. Not financial advice for the 50th time, but again, anything's possible. Let's see what EOS is going to do in the near future. Not too much to say about EOS.
I mean, like everything else, we've been looking at it. I know it's disappointing now, but watch, it's going to feel so good when we do the next live stream and everything's pumped up again. Everything's up 100%. Everybody's going to be super excited again. Because people have short-term memory. They always forget these downtimes. They always forget them. And
ANVL will be listed on Coinbase, and we have no insider information.
Nope, not at all.
ANVL will be listed on Coinbase, and its all-time high will be plugged in, put in, and rejected far before June 1st, 2025.
Okay.
Because that's when they're going to start releasing everybody's token that earned them through staking AMP during the snapshot that was taken. So my bold prediction is that ANVL's all-time high is going to be before June 1st, 2025.
Okay, that. You heard it here first, folks. Crypto Papi is calling it before June, and we'll see. Now we just wait. Now we just gotta wait. So I'm gonna put this video out as soon as possible, and not today. It's gonna be tomorrow.
And one more thing too. I won't say it on X. At least I don't think I will. I might at some point. But my plan is to take about 10% profit on my ANVL when it does start creating all-time highs.
All right.
So I'm not going to dump a ton of tokens on the market. I'm not going to dump on the fam that's been buying ANVL, but I am going to look to take profit with about 10% of my holding.
And this is not a surprise, guys. And this
Not
channel,
financial advice.
Not financial advice, but this is not a surprise either, because we also do always recommend, if we're in good profit, we take some profit out, right? Because at the end of the day, let's be real with this, right? Everybody's into crypto to make some money.
True.
Okay? And it's not bad. That's not a bad thing. That's what we're in. Any investment, and that's not only crypto, right? You're into stocks to make money. Not just to give the company money, right? You want to make money off that company. You get your 401k, you invest in your 401k to make money. You invest in a real estate to make money. If you're an investor, if you're just a first-time home buyer, of course, you're just buying your house because you want to have somewhere to live forever. But anyways, right? Any type of investment, you're investing into it because you want to make money. And so this is not a surprise to you guys. So I don't want to hear from you guys, oh, he's an insider trader and he's gonna dump on us. No, that's not what we're doing here, okay? But anyways, let me check the live chat before we hop off this, because we went on for a little bit, which is good. I'm glad we were able to do this, guys, to make some more videos for you guys. Let's see where we're at. Let's see what we're looking at. You know what? For some reason, I thought, there's going to be a lot of people watching today, but they're not. But
No.
Then I realized, they're probably working.
Yeah, it's 11:17 a.m. and that's Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, exactly. So we do have one. Somebody did. Jack, thank you for coming into the chat. He asked about SUI. Let's do that for him.
Okay, let me look it up. SUI.
Sui.
Do you know? Rare.
You got it.
SUI. USD.
I think Eric Trump, Trump's son, he was talking about investing in that coin.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. If I got it correct.
I just saw he talked about Ethereum the other day.
Yeah, about buying more Ethereum, right?
Yep. All right, I got it pulled up.
All right, okay. So this is for you, Jack. Thank you for tuning in. We're gonna do this for you because you were kind enough to tune in and watch our show. We're gonna be looking at SUI. Okay, Crypto Papi has it on the chart. Let me hand it over to him.
All right, SUI paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame, data's coming in from Coinbase. So it's had a nice movement. It looks like it was listed May 15th, 2023 on Coinbase. It had a little rejection from there, downward, sideways action, moving to the upside, had a nice pump to the upside. Looked like it wanted to do a cup and handle formation before getting rejected to the downside, moved sideways again for quite some time, and then it grinded to the upside with some beautiful movement. So let me throw a trend line on here. Looks like first touch point I'm going to plot is October 28th, 2024. Second touch point could either be the red wick here, which is January 27th, 2025, which would give us a nice bullish sharper angle to the upside. But I'm going to plot it from the current weekly time frame, current weekly candle, which is February 3rd, 2025. Lock it into place, just because that gives us more of a realistic linear growth to the upside potentially. So as long as this holds as support, that's a great thing. We're going to come up, make our movement to the upside, retrace some of that movement, but get bought back up so we don't retrace 100% of it. Looks like it touched our, which is our second touch point. It's our second touch point of our trend line. Hopefully we're going to continue to move up to the upside and create some new all-time highs. Other than the trend line as support, it doesn't look like we could draw too much, but we are on some slight resistance. We could plot a horizontal ray here from these levels, which I'm looking at the top of the candle bodies from November 11th, 2024 and November 18th, 2024, and just have it extended out to the right. So you see here, we're currently sitting at slight resistance. So hopefully we continue this buy up and continue to the upside and start creating some new all-time highs. But it looks like if the current weekly candle gets above this candle open here, which is about $4.50, it looks like it could definitely continue to the upside and start creating some new all-time highs. So from current price roughly to about that $4.50 range, a little bit lower, would be about a 19% movement to the upside. To our all-time highs, that's about 36% movement to the upside. So a decent amount of upside potential to potentially go into price discovery mode, to where who knows where price could go to the upside. But if its previous all-time high is about $5.35, I think the coin could possibly easily go to about $8, $7.50 if you want to be conservative, but definitely wick up to about $8 and so on and so forth. Above and beyond, I don't know the circulating supply on the token. I don't know if they have a cap on the supply that'll ever exist. So that's just going based on what I'm seeing with SUI paired with the US dollar. Weekly time frame data coming from Coinbase, and we will save that chart so we could cover it in the future.
All right, let's see. That was SUI, and I got the answer for you guys. Yes, Eric Trump has publicly discussed and invested in SUI, the native cryptocurrency of the SUI network. In a recent interview, he revealed that his crypto portfolio includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and SUI. This disclosure has drawn attention to SUI and often referred to as potential Solana killer. Okay.
Nice, I like it.
Due to its advanced technology and rapid transaction capabilities. Additionally, SUI has gained prominence by sponsoring President-elect Donald Trump's upcoming inauguration. So they sponsor that, okay. Further highlighting its growing influence on the crypto community. Eric Trump's involvement with SUI underscores the Trump family's increasing interest in the cryptocurrency sector. So we have our crypto president. He said it himself. So yep, that was that. Let me see if we have anything else. If not, we're gonna be ready to log off, guys. Yep, that was it for today on the live chat. All right, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. We're sorry that we haven't been able to make as many videos in the past because Crypto Papi is sick, and
I've been crazy sick.
I mean, this is insane. I don't know why he's been sick for that long, because he could rest like a baby.
True,
and I recover, do. He does. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what's happening, but whatever. The sun is coming now. This is the bull time right here. We're feeling better now. So thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna catch you guys on the next live stream, next video. Have a good week, rest of your week. Say bye bye to the people. Crypto Papi. Later, alligator. Let's see.